welcome. My name's Sonia. This is Galactic Soul Healing, and we're going to do a very quick 3-card draw today, oracle wise, and we're going to be doing a card from each of these. So we've got angels and ancestors, Miss of Avalon, and the animal dreaming. So let's get to shuffling. Apologies, I've not been on deck for quite a while. Reason being, well, it's just life, isn't it? Sometimes we have to do lots of things. Right, so I'd just like to call in spirit guides today, any archangels, ascended masters, light beings, and any other spirit guides that would like to assist us with this reading today. Just looking for some helpful suggestions about how we can navigate the current energies, things that are going on, because we are going through a lot of internal shifts, and not only that, of course, we have all the external shifts going on as well. So I'm really hoping that this little draw here is going to provide us some assistance. And as always, if something I say does not resonate, don't take it on. If it does resonate, fine. Look into it. And as usual, we like to look at the cards individually and then collectively together. Sorry, I just dropped a card. I'm just going to pop it back in there just because, some people read the cards that jump out. I don't know, just like to keep them in the deck. Right, and then when we are good and ready, we will cut the decks and then draw. Okay. So this is how it's going to go. We're just going to, so also just thanking Spirit in advance for any support, guidance and assistance. We greatly appreciate any info that you can offer us at this time is really great. And let's proceed. So I'm just going to cut the decks. And of course, all we're going to do is just draw one card for each at the top. Let's just pop these out of the way for simplicity. And we'll just look at these. Now, sorry, I'm just have to put it up so you can get the correct angle. So this one is Hawk. Wow, and that says messages. Okay, so I don't know about you, but straight away I'm getting, there's also a number on there, number 11. I'm also getting that basically spiritually speaking, and in terms of higher frequency information coming through to us that's there to assist us, because as we know, other planets and galaxies have been through a similar shift that we're going through. Okay, so they're offering their voice of experience in a way. So these are the messages that that spirits are really also just through this is saying, trying really hard to cultivate sometimes of inner stillness so that you can allow those messages to come through. Because if you are feeling overwhelmed with a lot of external and there's a lot of internal shifts going on and you can't really get clear, it could just mean that perhaps you're not giving yourself enough times in terms of frequency and or perhaps a duration, enough time to relax down properly to get into a point of stillness, which is quite difficult when you have a lot going on. Okay, and there's a whole lot of things that feed into being able to cultivate that, and that is things like, resistance, external demands, your own internal resistance I'm talking about, and just giving yourself permission, and also if you have issues with boundaries, being able to create boundaries. That, by that I mean letting other people know that you need a little bit of time out, even if it's half an hour. Okay, and then perhaps removing yourself, taking yourself to a different environment often helps. I find that's really awesome, to allow these messages to come through. And the 1-1, it's like a double. It's it's sort of to do with new insights, new beginnings, new ways of looking at things, new perspectives. And we're having to go through these shifts at the moment. As you know, the hawk is actually very perceptive. They talk about the eyes of a hawk, so it's actually opening your awareness and your intuition as well. And if you're a bit empathic, you might find you get a lot more sense impressions coming through as well. Once again, I've had that kind of experience the last few days. I had to go through some body adjustments, and that's kind of realigned me again. Like there's over and over again we go through realignments. And sometimes the more aligned you get, the more you do need to be very consciously aware of the biological need to ground and center. Okay, because as our awareness heightens, we're going to be more sensitive to things going on around us. So we need to make that a real priority to actually cultivate stillness to allow these little messages to come through. One of them is grounding. This is the Mists of Avalon card. Now, that's kind of awesome. Right, that says the Abbey. And around the outside there's, so this is like Celtic. It's like that's actually like a ruin, but it's actually a little light there, you can see, and there's a light in the moon. So around the outside we have words like shared blessings, okay, interconnectedness, purpose, and serenity. We were just talking about finding a place of calm for serenity. The other thing about the shared blessings is that once you can start cultivating that serenity, you will start to get things that come up in your consciousness that have to do with gratitude, okay, and what your blessings are. But also you might have a spiritual type of or intuitive gifts and abilities that you're not aware of, and lots of us will be awakening to this, so it's a shared experience. Okay, we're all going through this, and so hence the interconnectedness. So this is really a card about saying that if you're feeling overwhelmed, you're not alone. If you're feeling like you're going through a lot of internal turmoil, you're not alone. But these little ingredients here are really good to keep in mind. So you've got serenity, and purpose. There is purpose. Okay, believe it or not, even if you're feeling overwhelmed, there can still be purpose. It's just a matter of creating that calm if you can, because you have a lot of inner resources and a lot of strength. Okay, it's really giving yourself a pat on the back for that and really grounding down into that strength. Okay, shared blessings and the interconnectedness is just awesome. So let's look at the last one, which is the High Priestess. This is the Angels and Ancestors cards by Kyle Gray. I really love these cards, and that's so awesome. Harness mystic power. Now, remember when I just mentioned shared blessings? In terms of your intuition coming forward. Okay, that's what this is kind of saying. Because sometimes those feelings of overwhelm can mean that you're becoming more sensitive. So then you just got to go, okay, what's important to me? What are the things that make me happy? Try and focus on doing those things a little more than things that don't make you happy or that are not important to you. Okay, you might find that you have to start sifting through some of your friendship groups. Okay, there might be maybe nutritionally. Okay, you might need to be tweaking nutrition a little bit. So anyway, this is mystic powers. Now, the other beautiful thing here is that there's an animal, which is a black cat. The animals are really grounding. That's why I put this cards in here, the animal dreaming. I'm going to sneeze. Apologies. And so the animals are really grounding, and they also can help you with keeping your energy clear. Okay, and they're also really soft and beautiful, and they're quite intuitive. So if you have a pet or an animal, I mean, I actually have a stray black cat that comes into my backyard, would you believe? Sometimes I see it looking at me, and I'm like, and for a minute, I really just go into a meditation. Like, I don't know if you experience this with animals. Like, if you say you have a pet dog or a cat or whatever, sometimes if you're going through a lot of stuff, you just go at the back and just sit there and pat your dog or your cat or whatever, and you might notice how, that can relax you. And this thing about serenity and calm is a bit of a precursor to tapping into this intuitive awareness as well. The other thing I'd just like to point out here is that this woman does look a little Egyptian, and it's like she has angelic potential because of these wings here. They're not actually attached to her per se, but they're in the background. So this is what's going to be coming forward for us. And the other thing too about the Egyptians is that a lot of them are linked into the Syrian collective, and I believe there are a lot of high percentage of people here on Earth are Syrian starseeds. Okay, we have Syrian, Pleiadian, possibly Arcturian. There's a lot of starseeds from this collective. So that might be a entity or a high frequency collective that you can call on for assistance, particularly with having strength around boundaries and cultivating inner strength. Okay, she looks quite strong, that woman, which is kind of awesome. She's holding it's actually a rattle. And I've just noticed here too, there's a little design there, which is a little bit like it's like a tetrahedron type of thing, which may even be an image of the Merkaba, which is the light body. So that's the sacred geometry light structure that's around us. Okay. And as we ascend in frequency and intuition and awareness, okay, that starts to activate more so. So, these cards together are kind of awesome. And it's beautiful, just supportive. It's really just saying to get some time out and don't feel alone. Connect with people that are feeling the same way, or even just go on YouTube, maybe research different star being collectives, and really just start to do some relaxation, things that make you happy, things that you enjoy. And so there's some beautiful images there. You have a cat and a bird and you might have other meanings that come up for you. For example, the hawk might have a particularly personal meaning for you that I haven't mentioned, which is fine, so go with that as well. And the abbey, that it does look a little bit like a church, but it's more talking about the universal ideas here of interconnectedness, shared blessings, purpose and serenity, rather than a specific religious system. It's not talking about that. It's talking about the general things, okay? And this is beautiful as well. I really love how that, it looks definitely like that's a pet. So it's sort of saying, animals are going through this as well. So there we go. Thank you for listening, folks, and I hope that was maybe helpful. I look forward to seeing you next time. If you want to leave a comment below, that's fine. All comments welcome. Thank you.